welcome back to another episode of How Very Hannah. I've got no shoes on because I'm chilling. It's a solo ep today, so enjoy, roll the titles.
Once upon a time, there was a stagey girl with a big dream. She hoped, dreamed, and prayed to work at Tesco. Wait, someone's written this script wrong. Can we get a redo?
Take 2.
I dreamed a dream that one day I would hit the stage. And so it seems that dream has come true. Whoa, whoa. Oh my god, you guys, it's really happening. My life has been changed for the better, and I'm seizing the day and spinning into the spotlight. How very slay, it's giving queen. How very cringe, get out my scene. It's beginner's call, the stage is set for me. How very Hannah, how very Hannah, how very Hannah. That's the name for my podcast show and your front row. So how very Hannah, hit the lights. How very Hannah, that's too bright. How very Hannah, that was alright. Okay, it's my podcast show. Let's go.
Slightly unhinged that I just lifted my leg, and also I've got quite a bad hamstring. Guys, it's been a while. Well, when was the last time I did a solo ep? It's actually not been that long, but we're back. By popular demand, everyone loves a solo ep. Okay, so another solo ep. I kind of like these ones. I feel like I'm just like catching up with friends. And if I was catching up with friends, like what would I tell you? Well, here's all the gossip and all the tea. No, I'm joking. Maybe a little bit of gossip and a little bit of tea. But obviously, we're family friendly and we're not here to spread any fake news. But I'm here on my podcast set. We have just, in real time, I'll tell you where we're at. We've just done a week in Canterbury. Forgot. So that is tour venue, I want to say 6. Let me check. 6. Help. That is tour venue 6. Tour venue 6 complete. We've been in Canterbury for a week. Kind of scary stuff because there's a meningitis outbreak in Canterbury. So we were advised not to do stage door. They had like signs up not to do stage door. Obviously, loads of people still came to stage door and tried to meet us. We were like, guys, we're not allowed. Like we had our masks on. But it was a really good week actually. I did Elle twice. I did Margot 6 times. I've actually been keeping a tally of all my shows because when I got to the end of 6, I had to sit there for ages and try and count up all of my shows to try and work out like how many I'd done as each queen, because I just find the stats, the statistics really interesting. So after a week in Canterbury, I've done 33 shows as Margot and 23 shows as Elle, which is kind of crazy. I did a whole week as Elle in Southend, which was really cool actually, and it's really interesting for me to understand like how it feels to do a week of shows as Elle as opposed to a week of shows as Margot. And it's just so different. Like Elle's, for me, when I first started the show, I felt like Margot was like a really tricky track. And it is obviously like it's just relative depending on like who and where and what. But I was like, oh my gosh, my Margot track's exhausting. I'm like so tired and my body's fatigued and my voice is tired. Oh, no. And then I did a week as Elle and I was like, oh, so this is the intense actual tiredness. So now when I do Margot, I'm like, this is a nice little chill show. Even though it's not, it's still really intense and it's so fun. But yeah, doing it for a week was crazy and amazing to get to experience that and actually get to like, I spoke about it a bit on the vlog. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed because I post vlogs every week there, weekly tour vlogs. And I think I spoke about it on the vlogs, but it's really nice to get to do it for a little while so that I get the chance to play around and actually like try new things and try different things. I think obviously super grateful to be doing it once a week and having that set alternate show on the Thursday matinee. Some weeks it's the Wednesday matinee, I believe. But because it's just once a week, I feel like I have to stick to my exact show in that once because I want that one show a week to be like the perfect, like recipe, if that makes sense. I want that one show a week to be my top performance, my personal top performance as Elle. So getting to do it for a week was really nice because as much as I'm still trying my best to like put on a top performance every single night or matinee, it's nice to get the chance to like play around and try new things that if I was just doing it once a week, I probably wouldn't, because I'm like, I don't want to try something new and it not work. And then that be my one show for the week that like wasn't my best or something like that. So it's been weird, like getting used to that. But yeah, had a great week by the seaside. I do think. So let's talk about touring. So touring in a show, I've said it when I did SpongeBob. Okay, so I did the UK tour of SpongeBob in 2023, and I finished that tour and I was like, I'm never touring again. I was like, I want to stay in my own bed and I never want to go on tour again, until they announced that Legally Blonde was going on tour, and I was like, oh, fine, fine. If I'm going to tour, I would do it for my dream show. And this is what's happened. Thankfully, touch wood, that, I don't know why I'm touching wood because it's already happened, and I just touched the disco ball as if it was wood. Right. I said I was never going to tour again because it wasn't the lifestyle that works for me. I'm very type B. I'm not very organised. It was getting to Sunday night and I was going, right, I've got to get to Birmingham tomorrow. Where am I going to stay? I hadn't booked any digs. I was just booking last minute hotels in random places that were like not even near the theatre. Didn't have any means of like cooking or putting food in the fridge. So I was just eating like Greg's sausage rolls. Why do we always talk about Greg's on this podcast? But I was just eating Greg's sausage rolls like all day, every day. It just wasn't the lifestyle at that time that worked for me. This time round, I've been like, I need to look after myself this year. And I think like last week was a really good example of, getting into a routine and actually like looking after myself. So last week in Canterbury, I stayed with Remi and Rai, and I have discovered that I think I prefer staying with other people than being by myself, which is tricky because I've booked the rest of my digs for this tour by myself. And I've said it on the vlogs as well that I do get a little bit lonely when I'm by myself, and I like there to be noise, or I'm used to at home always having Nuno or the dog or both of them. So like for me, being by myself, as much as I like my own space and being able to have space to do my own thing, I like there being other people and noises and people to, I just burped, did you hear that? Probably. People to chat to. So I had a really good week with those two, and I did a full food shop. And this is the key. This is the key for me, and a successful tour is a good food shop. Because if I don't do a food shop at the start of the week, or like at the, right near the start of the week, my whole week is upside down on its head. And I don't know, maybe I've got something that's undiagnosed, but I like to stick to what I know. Once I've got a meal that I like, I mean, mostly ready meals, let's be real, specifically the gym kitchen Thai green curry. If you know, how obsessed I am with that. Once I've got something that I like and I can stick to it, and like, that's what I need. So like in Southend, I wasn't very good because I didn't do a full food shop. I went to M&S down the end of the road, which was lovely. It's lovely doing your shopping in M&S, but they didn't have the gym kitchen meals. They had all these different meals, and I was trying to eat them, and I was like, oh, I don't really know. It's an unfamiliar taste to me. I don't know if I like it. And then it's like, I'm just all thrown off for the week. So for me, a key to touring is a food shop. If that's like, I've been doing Tesco deliveries, sometimes a little Sainsbury's delivery. But my favourite thing is to go for a food shop and then drive to the venue, dump all my stuff at my digs. But touring, sorry, I don't know why I just went on a rant about food shops, but touring is hard, and you need your home comforts. I personally do. So Gym Kitchen, let me know if you want to sponsor the podcast because you sponsor my life currently. Thai green curry, katsu curry, what else? Peri peri chicken, 10 out of 10. Now I've spoken to you about Thai green curry, I'm going to do a little Hannah's hotline. Wait, I did have written on here which each one was, but Hannah, is that right? Hannah's hotline. I've got real bass notes this week. I was saying that. Hold on. Hannah's hotline. I can get low, ladies. Let me see it get down low. Wait, where's it? Oh. Wait, does it go lower? Does it go lower? Basically, I'm not very well, so like my larynx is sitting low. Wait, that was bad. Okay, anyway. Down here. Yeah. Hannah's hotline. Bow, bow, bow. Phone's ringing. Quick. Hello, Hannah's hotline. How can I help you?
Hi Hannah, what are your onstage pet peeves?
Oh, okay. You want me to reveal them right here, right now? Sure. That's the tea. Oh gosh, am I going to get cancelled? No, I'm kidding. Right, onstage pet peeves. This is an interesting one, and we're going to say that none of these relate to actual experiences that I've had on stage, okay? On-stage pet peeves. Okay, so in general, well, let's go on stage slash backstage during the show pet peeves. Not specifically legally, but sorry, I'm so nervous that someone's going to be like, is that about me? In general, slow movers, slow walkers, slow movers. I'm like, come on, let's get a shimmy on. Let's get a shimmy on. So that counts for like going on and off stage, depending on the scene. Like it depends on the scene, but like going on and off stage, especially if there's other people that are coming on and off like behind me, I try and go as quickly as possible so that everyone can get off stage without having to dawdle. But then equally, it's like slow, you know, when you're backstage and you've got a quick change and people are kind of dawdling and there's like slow movers. But then also on the other hand, one of my other pet peeves is people who are like, excuse me, I've got a quick change, excuse me, like, and I'm like, chill out. But I think I relate that more to like when I was doing amdram when I was younger, because it's like the quick change is the most dramatic things ever and everyone's like rushing. I actually find top tips for quick changes is to take your time, because as soon as you start rushing and you're trying to do up a shoe buckle and you're going like this and your hands are going blah, 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 it's not going to work. So just deep breaths, take it slow, and you will be quicker in the end. Some of my Elle quick changes, like I wasn't making, and then a week later I was literally like, oh my god, anyone put the kettle on? I'll have a little cup of tea in this break. It was delightful. So in general, slow movers. What else? Another pet peeve. Loud audience members, only when it's right. Like when Elle walks out, Legally Blonde, oh yeah, for the remix. Sorry, God, that really took it out of me. For the remix, and she gets to the front and she's got her outfit on, she's got the dog, and she's literally like, yeah, Callahan, and what? If you're going crazy then, yes, slay the house down boots, like let's cheer and whoop and holler. But like if that's the scene where, I don't know, it's like a serious scene between Emmett and Elle, and he's like, love, I ever mention love, the timing's bad, I know, and everyone's going, I'm just like, no, come on. There's one bit actually that annoyed me. Sometimes when Elle comes out in the bunny costume, people wolf whistle, and I'm like, oh, it's so annoying, because like I just know that's a man in the audience, and I'm like, can we just not? And hopefully by the end of the show they realise that like the whole meaning of the show is like to go against that stereotype that it's like, ooh, woo, like beautiful blonde bimbo. Ugh. So yeah, that's one for the audience and one for the backstage. What else is a pet peeve? Gosh, I don't know. And also, I'm not perfect. I probably do things that people find massive pet peeves. I mean, a pet peeve for Rosanna and Remi, who are P and S of PMS, is probably like farting. He's probably farting. Actually, Rosanna, if you're watching this, hey. But before we do positive, we're hidden behind the Harvard house at the back, and then we come up like, oh. For some reason, whenever we're behind there and we're like crouched down like this, my body's like, whoa, you need to fart. And so does Remi's, and Rosanna's in between us, and so we be farting back there, and Rosanna's literally like, help, and then we have to come up for the and like obviously open wide mouth when there's farts going about the house is like. Yeah, so that's probably one of her pet peeves, is like farting on stage. It's natural, it can't be helped. I mean, a pet peeve in theatre in general, I would say, is like other actors giving people notes, because that's like, I guess, an unspoken rule, but it is a pretty strict rule that like as another actor in the show, you wouldn't give a note to like another performer, like, oh, by the way, you should say that more like this, or like the other person actually does it like that. So maybe, you know, so I think within reason, there's things that can and can't be done for the performance. I don't know what else. I mean, in general, pet peeves is like, so maybe when like people try and like draw attention in scenes that aren't about them. that is a little bit of a pet peeve. I'm sorry, it is. Not talking from experience, but like if there's a scene that's happening that's about one character or two or three characters or whoever in the middle, and someone, you know, is kind of making a moment out of something that's not a moment and drawing attention or taking a laugh or like changing the vibe of the show without it being pre-planned with the director, that can be a bit of a pet peeve, I think, for lots of people. Maybe just me. Let me know in the comments if that's also a pet peeve. I find like the scripts for shows are often written really cleverly in a way that like helps the punchlines land or helps the story be told. And if there's other people on stage or in the scene that are like taking moments or making a different moment funny, it detracts away from the actual story that we're telling. But like, I can hardly speak because I'm not perfect, you know. I've probably done some of these things before, but I would say those are my pet peeves. I'm going to stop now before I get cancelled. But yeah, I'm sure there'll be more, and I'm going to start writing a list. Maybe I'll start keeping a list of things that annoy me. But in general, like, we all just, you know, in theatre, like, we all just are having a good time and just getting on, which is lovely. So this week has been fun in Canterbury. We actually, Sophia and I, say hi, Sophia. Hi. Can you hear her in the background there? We had a meeting where we started planning my live show, which is at the Garrick on the 24th of May. So I'm really excited for that. What I really love, one of the things I really love about having the podcast and having my online platforms is that I have my own creative outlet to like do these things. And when it comes to planning something like a live show, the world is our oyster, really, isn't it, Sophia? Like well, not the world. Can you imagine? We've got unlimited budget. And we're like guest star, Rachel Zegler, Ben Platt, Carrie Hope Fletcher. Who else? Cynthia Erivo. Can you imagine? Ariana Grande, Jonathan Bailey, Ethan Slater. Like they are all the guests for the show, so make sure you get tickets. False advertisement. No, we are going to have some special guests still to be confirmed, so watch this space. But it's really nice that like we get the freedom to kind of create what we want to create and go out there and have a show that's got your name on it. And as much as it's so special doing musicals, and that is where my heart is at, and that's what I love to do, especially Legally Blonde. I've literally said it before, but I would love to do the show for the rest of my life. Thank you. It's nice to have my own thing, and I've always been quite bossy. I've always been quite bossy, like growing up, and I was that girl at school that was always told that I was just like bossy and not, now I'm making myself sound horrible, not bossy, but like, you know, if we had a group project, I'm team leader. So maybe a bit bossy. If we had a group project, I'd be like, okay, right, let me take control of this because no one else is concentrating. Or like, I remember in drama, we used to do this thing called Kid Witness News, where we had to do like news stories and we filmed them and stuff. And I was like, okay, so I will be the presenter and I'll also direct it, and I'll also be head of photography and camera, and I'll also do the editing. And everyone's like, well, what am I going to do then? And I'm like, oh, you can help. You know, I just, a bit bossy. I like to take charge of these things. But also, I like to think that, like, I sometimes have good ideas. And sometimes I'm like, actually, you know, yes, I need to stay in my lane sometimes. But I do have good ideas. And so having my own thing is, like, the actual freedom to be the boss. Do you know what I mean? Me and Sophia. Am I the boss?
Yeah.
I'm a boss. Oh, I can't say either of those words. I'm a boss, but beep, beep.
I'm the executor, you're the ideas guy.
Yeah. And I feel like actually I do have good ideas. And so we sit in this planning meeting and I was like, oh, yeah, it's exciting that actually, like, when you put your mind to it, like, you can just come up with these good ideas and then it's like, you just get it done. It's like when I used to do these videos in Tesco, it was like, I used to joke that, like, I was director, performer, script writer, head of lighting, sound, because that is literally when you're doing social media and you're doing it by yourself, like, that is what you end up doing. And obviously there's several people in this room now that isn't just me, which is lovely. But I like coming up with ideas and I hope you guys are going to enjoy them. So there are tickets available for the show in my bio, in the show notes, in the description. So you can get your tickets there. I think we've sold out of VIP, haven't we? Yeah, we've sold out of VIPs. But there are regular seats available, so make sure to come. And if you're one of my actual friends watching this, then please come, because I'd love your support. Oh, lost my voice there. Come Confessions of a Drama Queen. See, my high notes aren't there. I've got it's get queen. I've got a show tomorrow. It's because my what is this called? My sinuses are blocked. It's been like this all week, guys. Help, please. If I can get through an Elle show when I'm like this, then truly I'm unstoppable in this world. Okay. Hey, Hannah, our amdram summer show is in 3 months and our director has cast his wife as the lead for the 4th year running. Oh, God. Oh, God, oh, God, oh, God. She's fine. She's perfectly fine. But 3 people auditioned who are genuinely brilliant, and everyone is doing that very British thing of smiling and saying, oh, how lovely, while feeling super annoyed. The atmosphere in the village hall on a Tuesday night is becoming unbearable, and I feel like I should say something. Should I say something? It's giving small town drama. Oh, Heather. Oh, gosh. That is really tricky. I personally, I'm not a confrontational person. I don't think you should be the person to say something, but maybe you need to hold a meeting with everyone and get some more people on side, because I, as Hannah Lowther, am prone. Do you know, this used to really annoy me, and it happened in Six a couple times, right? I'm going to name and shame. It happened in Six a couple times. We'd all be like, guys, I think we should bring this up. And I'm like, yeah, let's all bring it up and in parish notes. And then we'd get to parish notes and I'd be like, so some of us were thinking that da-da-da-da-da. And I look around the room, everyone else is going like this. No one else has got their hand up. No one else is saying a word. And I'm like, oh, so now I look like the diva. I look like the person who's trying to cause a scene. And actually, we'd all discussed we were going to talk about it, and now everyone's gone quiet. So you don't want to be that person in the firing line, and neither do I. So that's why I now just like to fade into the background. So maybe you need to gather some people together and have a discussion about it. And then rather than say something, you need to send like an email or something like that's from a group of you and not just you. And that might sound like you're scapegoating. Is that the right phrase? Yeah, it might sound like you're scapegoating, but I think that's safer, because if you're saying the vibes are unbearable already, if there's extra tension, it's going to be even worse. Pardon me. Oh my God, I'm really burpy today. It's that Leon sausage and egg bap I just had. Atmosphere is becoming unbearable. Do you know what's really hard is that, like, why does he keep casting his wife as the lead? You know, why is he casting his wife as the lead 4th year running when there's other people auditioning? Why is he even holding auditions if he knows he's just going to cast his wife as the lead for that part? You know, it's actually like not fair on everyone else. So maybe that's the stance you come from. Maybe you need to be like, hey, so obviously X, Y, Z, and whoever else auditioned for that part this year round, these people have auditioned for that part, and we were just wondering if you had any feedback on those auditions, because we can see that for the 4th year running it's gone to and make him feel a bit bad and be like, you know, we've been getting our hopes up every year that X is gonna get the lead part, or has been working really hard and at getting that lead part and has missed it again this year. What can I do? Come from a place of just being confused. Yeah, I'm confused as to what else I can do to try and better myself so that I get more of a chance. Because the director might not have thought that anyone's even clocking it, but obviously you've all clocked it. So put some sort of email like that together, because also that is hard. If you're getting your hopes up every year that you're going to get it or someone else is going to get it, and then it doesn't happen, it can be draining. And then they're going to have people drop out of this group, which the director's not going to want people dropping out of the production, right? So yeah, it feels slightly unfair, but I would recommend, sticking together with a group and just covering your own back, because you don't want to be in the firing line. And if you send all this, you know, you do those things and you get nothing back, or they're just a bit like, oh, well, Heather, who got the part, is the best, blah, blah, blah. Maybe just think, oh gosh, like, you're speaking to a brick wall here. So maybe just consider moving groups. Go somewhere where you're a bit more appreciated, where it's maybe a bit more fair in the casting process. Or maybe speak to another creative, because it won't just be the director. There'll probably be a choreographer involved, or maybe an assistant director. So maybe just try and go down those routes. And if it's not working for you, then there's plenty of other amdram groups that I'm sure would love to have you and any of these other people who are genuinely brilliant. So I'm going to leave this episode here. I feel like I've just waffled, but it's been a nice little catch up with you guys. Thank you so much for all the love on the podcast at the moment. It's been really new for us figuring out show schedule and the podcast. So we're kind of bulk recording episodes on the occasional Monday that I have off. So today is my day off. We go to Birmingham tomorrow for a week of shows. But we've had some incredible guests and the whole team have been working really, really hard to keep the podcast going. And I'm forever grateful for them for keeping How Very Hannah alive and kicking and bright. I'm really excited for the live show. So let me know in the comments if you're coming to that. And if you have any confessions or dilemmas, you can send them to hello@howveryhannah.com. And make sure to subscribe and follow us wherever you get your podcasts. So whether that be on Spotify or YouTube or Apple Podcasts or other platforms are available, then make sure you press the follow button because it really helps us out. And you can rate the podcast, hopefully 5 stars out of 5 if you want. And if you've made it all the way to the end of this episode, please leave a disco ball emoji followed by your personal favourite emoji because I want to see them all. And I will see you all next week. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.